Hello everyone, this is Karan here, and I welcome you all to the first book review. And in this review, we are going to discuss why being independent is awesome. And this book is a 56-page book. It's written by my mentor, and to tell you, this book is really amazing because it not just covers it gives you the exact same how you can be independent step by step, but and also not just that, it covers what kind of mindset, heart set, and skill set, mindset and heart set you need to be having in order to start this journey. So in the first chapter, it talks about where in the where he talks about the three key ingredients of being independent. So so what he says is that in order to start that, it is important to build skills profile and systems. Okay, and in skills profile systems, what you need to do is, skills is all about building practical skills, like you build like public speaking, or you can take in terms of video editing or Photoshop, or if you can take any, let's say, technical skills, artificial intelligence, app development, any of those. The second one is building profile. Profile is creating results. Okay, and these results being useful for someone else, that is a profile, that is creating profile. So basically, you can say you have taken part in art, you have taken part in a skill, in a competition. Let's say you have taken part in a competition, and in that competition you have won prizes. Okay, and based on a certain skill, let's say you have gone for a coding competition, and you have won something over there, so that becomes as a profile. Okay, and then the next one is building systems. Okay, now systems is when you, once you have the skill, the profile, you require it's not just you doing it. This is where it goes into a next level, right? So the first two levels is all about you, like you building yourself, you building your skills. Now the second part is building skills and building profile, that is about you. But when you want to build systems, it requires more than just you, it requires a team. And that's where it can help many more people. It can be more repeatable, and it can produce cash flow in a much it can generate income, and it can generate huge amount of income. So that is what it's all about. These are the three key ingredients that you need to be focusing on to become independent. The next chapter, it all talks about why do you need to have X money vehicles you need to have, what kind of X vehicles you need to have to have that amazing life, like what kind of how you want to do it, how you want to go about it in terms of being independent. So the first one is selling your skills and profile. You can probably do that, like let's say you want to do you want to sell it, you want to do a part-time job. Let's say you have certain amount of skills, like I have video editing, or I have developed apps, so I can save those skills and profile to people, so that I can so that's one way of doing it. Okay, so that's one way. The next way of doing it is selling other people's product. Let's say, I'll give a small example of what selling other people's product mean. It means, let's say we take an example of retail store. Okay, retail store, so they don't have their products, but they have products of others. So that is what is written here. And the third one is, let's say you want to build you want to sell your own product. So let's take an example, like Apple. So they have their own products, like iPhone. So that's how you can do it. And the final one is selling your system. So this is basically how you can if I give you examples of system, let's take one particular system as PayPal, and it was started by Elon Musk. So at the end, what he did was he sold that for another to another company, right? So that's what it is. So system is like, if something is working, in the marketplace, or it's working and people are using it, then it is possible that you can sell that to another person. So that's when you reach a later stage. But if you have that, you can do that also. Then it talks then yeah. So from the next three from these are the first two chapters, but in the third to the 10th chapter, it talks about the step by step procedure how you need to be independent. Okay, so the first thing is all about having your vision. So it's all about taking that decision. Okay, that your decisions matter. So what you decide on a day to day basis, that matters. So in the book, what they have talked about is that it's like they he has the what differentiates between successful people and those who are not is that successful people always focus on their vision. They always focus on what they have a vision and they know what to do. Okay, similarly, whereas in people who are not, they focus on a different direction. They focus on their own stories. Okay, and whenever it comes to giving results, it's only the successful people who get results. It's this I'm saying this is saying from a mentor. What he says is that it is important. You can either give results or you can give excuses, but you can't give both. So it's either this or that. So if you keep giving excuses, that's what happens. And so this is how you need to be as a successful if you want to be a successful person. If you want to be that, you need to be deciding on a daily what you want to do, what's right for you. But it should be directed towards your vision. That is one thing. And then the next thing, what the book talks about is about the power of mentorship. Right, this is the chapter 4 where it talks about mentorship. Why mentorship is really required, because the thing is that he about mentorship, it's all about getting your life back into track. That's the thing. Like, you don't have to deviate from that path. You just need to go through that same line. So that's what it talks about, is that having mentorship in your and having mentors in your life, they help you get to a particular place. They give you a directed you have the direction. Because right now what we see is that a lot of people go into the world with no direction. It require Because initially they have to learn it by themselves. They need to see where, and it takes a lot of time. So here, what in this book, basically this is what mentorship is all about. It's about a person who's able to guide you through that journey, who has already gone through the journey, who's ready to guide you through that. So that's what in this book, he has given a comparison of three types of people. One is dabblers, one is strugglers, and the last one is when you have mentors, right? So when you have mentors, what happens? So basically the first two do not have mentors. So what happens with them? So the first type of people is that they start something and they reach a certain level in their life, that is like a plateau. Like, they find it a little hard and they realize, hey, that's not for me, so I start something else. So they leave that, they come back from start, they start something else, and again plateau, again they come back, they start something else. So if you look at it, they have wasted their time. Not just that, they have not progressed from where they have been. The next type of people are the strugglers. These are the people who have the attitude, I'll do it by myself. So what they do is they go up in a certain level, they do well, then they find some difficulties there. Now what they do is they struggle, they find every means and ways possible to get to the next place, and after some time they get to the next level. Similarly, same thing, they go to the next level. But if you look at that, it takes a lot of time. But the third one, that is when you have mentors, your time is reduced. Okay, and there's a drastic progress in. So you can achieve that same thing in less time. Also, you can progress a lot when you have mentors. So that's why mentors is really important. Then the fifth chapter talks about how the power of environment. Okay, the power of environment is when you let's say you have you're an egg, okay, and you are very soft outside. Let's say he has given a good comparison, like usually when you has given three items. One is an egg, one is a carrot, and one is a coffee bean. So each what happens is each of those each of them are put in hot boiling water. Okay, the egg was initially soft in the inside. It becomes hard when it's boiled. We know how boiled eggs are. Similarly, we have carrots, right? Carrots, they are usually hard out. They are hard, but when you put them in water and hot boiling water, they become soft. They become soft to cut. Okay, but but the coffee bean is a different thing. Okay, the coffee bean, what you do is you put it in water. It gives a nice aroma. Okay, when people smell that, they are like, oh, it's good. People are attracted to that kind of aroma and they come towards it. So usually what this book is trying to tell you is that be the person. If you want to see change, if you want to have change, if you want to see change in the world, that's what you need to have. You need to have the aroma. You need to be that coffee bean. Okay, so that's what it's told here, and it's beautifully. Okay, so the next thing is that how you the next chapter talks about how you can have how to solve a problem. So usually in exnovation, there's something called as exnovation and there's something called as innovation. Okay, innovation is just innovating stuff. Exnovating is multiplying. You help them, and you, as well as you help as many people as possible to get the product. So that's what is explained here. So initially, to solve a problem, there it goes by the three golden rules. This is basically the three P's. Okay, one is identifying, that is problem, people, and product. So problem is basically you identify the problem. You get people is basically you find the right people, okay, or the people who are facing the same problems. And the third one is developing a product or a solution to those problems. So that is how exnovation, that's how it goes. Okay, and then the next chapter, it talks about how you can how you can build an exnovative system. Okay, now basically so basically what X stands for, okay, basically X stands for multiplier. Okay, so it's like a multiply. So whatever you do, it gets amplified. That's what an exnovation is. Whatever you do, you build it in such a way that it creates massive impact. And it also can be, X can also be a way, since X can also be in maths is basically a variable, so it doesn't have to be 1 2, it can be how much you define it to be. So that's what X stands for. Now what an exnovative system does, so there are the book has beautifully given 5 rules, okay, 5 type of problems, okay, in how an exnovative system works. So one is by giving an exnovative offer. Okay, that's where you give them a what kind of exnovative offer. Okay, then you get their attention. Okay, then you close the deal. Okay, you give them a good and rich experience and lead them to the back end, and then you do the frequency. So these are the 5 rules. Okay, the first one is basically, so basically you grab you give an offer, exnovative offer, you grab the attention, close the deal, give rich experience and lead into backend and frequency. So that's what the book has, that's what the book beautifully it has. And I'll tell you, if you read the book, it has given it to you in a more pictorial way, so that you can understand it. It's easy for you to understand what each of those concepts are. And then finally it goes on to explaining how what type of person you need to be, okay, in order to do any task. Okay, so it basically covers 4 types of people. One is a dabbler. One is a scared person. Okay, he never starts, he never finishes, he's just scared. He doesn't start, he doesn't finish, he doesn't even start on the finishing line. Then we have the dabblers. So basically we'll say 5 people. Okay, so in this there are 5 people which the book has talked about. And the first the first type of persons are those who are scared. Okay, and in this so basically what he has told is these people don't start, they don't finish. Okay, the dabblers are the ones who start, but they finish, they come to a certain point, again they come back to the start, they start somewhere, start something else, again they come back to the start and start something else. So they don't go anywhere. Okay, then we have not just now then we have people who are cheaters. Okay, they don't start, they start somewhere in the middle, they somehow complete all, they somehow complete everything. That's how those are how cheaters are. And then we have the weak people. They start, but they keep going along the journey. They start, they don't finish, they stop. That's the thing. And the um, then we have the champions. These people, they start, they finish, and they go beyond that. That's what a champion is. So basically, when you're a type of person who's wanting to be independent, you need to be that champion, because you need to start, you need to complete, you need to finish what you have started also. So there will be sometimes problems happening, so you need to finish. So that's what the entire thing about this chapter talks about. Then we have the next chapter, the last 2 chapters, where they talk about money management, that is X money, how to make money work for you, right? So how you can make money work for you, in the sense, how basically how you can get passive. So there are in this stage, he has explained what are the various, there are 3 types of income that is getting inherited. One is active and one is passive. So these are the 3 types. Okay, inherited is basically getting from inherited, like from parents or something. Then we have something like active is you work for something, you work really hard, and you get the payload. That is the active. But passive is when you whatever you in whenever whatever you get. Okay, you get when you work, you get the money without working. So that automatically comes to you with. So that is what passive income is all about. So you need to whenever you are inside, whenever you want to build this, when you are trying to build, it is important that you work in this fashion. Okay, and in the final thing about this is, it has explained with the help of a golden goose story, right? So you have the input, you have the process, and you have the output. So it is important that it is beautifully given in the form of the golden goose story. I want you guys to read it, because it is explained in the form of, in a very pictorial way, and how you can analyze, how you can make you understand how it works. And that's how it has put in, how they have put it. Okay, and the final chapter, it talks about having multiple streams of income. That final segment of being independent is always having multiple streams. So let's say you build, and these should be feeding into each other. So, and some of part of it should come into your lifestyle. So whenever, like, at the end, it's all about having having the amazing lifestyle, and moving on. So that is what this last chapter talks about. And it and that is how it has explained. I will tell you, this book, the all 10 chapters have really have given me the broadest aspect uh, of understanding why is it important to build all this. And it's given you it's basically like a manual to show you how you can also start doing it. right? How you can also make a difference. So it's just like, like anything, before you start, you have a like a manual that comes to you, and you say this is how it was, this is how it was. So similarly, for your independent journey, this book acts like a manual. So if you understand it, you'll come to know, okay, this is how things work, this is how things this is the only the next step forward. So that's what I recommend every one of you. If you want, read this book, okay. I will send a link, okay. And do read it, because it's one of the craziest book. Also, we have another part 2 of the book that is going to come, okay. That is it's called X Money Secrets. So stay tuned for the next upcoming video on next Thursday. So can't wait to see you guys. Please do subscribe to this channel for more book review, for more videos coming up, upcoming videos. And not just book reviews, we are going to have various other things also going to come on this channel. So stay tuned and hit the hit the subscribe button and notification to get more updates. Thank you one and all for staying till the end, and let's I'll see you all on the next week's book review, okay. So where we're going to discuss on the next book, again by my mentor, Keerthan Prabhu, where he has talked about, this is the second book. This was the first book, this is the second book, where we are going to talk about how, and this goes very deep dive into how what rich how the successful people, and how successful people think and what they do. So stay tuned, and let's meet again for the next video, okay. Thank you.